welcome back.
Thanks.
Sharon Fierce. So, how have things been since our last session?
They've been just the same, I guess.
Yeah?
Nothing's really changed.
You don't feel like anything's really changed since the last time you came in?
Not really.
Has there been a moment this week where you felt unseen or unheard?
I mean, yeah. So basically, like, I was like really studying for an exam, and I ended up doing really well on it. And I was like, we were at the dinner table, and I was trying to bring it up, cause like I've been like working really hard for it, and my brothers had like a game or something, and they like won, and like one of them did really good, and then like I brought it up, and it just like they just brought the attention back onto them.
So, you were studying for this exam, you did really well on it, but because they had won their game, you just kind of felt like they outshined you, and your parents were more focused on them and not you.
Yeah.
And your achievements.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of wanted to ask a different kind of question.
Okay.
So, suppose tonight you're sleeping, and this crazy thing happens while you're asleep, and the problem that brought you here is completely resolved. When you wake up tomorrow, what would be the first small sign that tells you something is different?
Probably waking up in the morning. It's like I usually do my routine and stuff, and then I go downstairs for breakfast, and like just like I usually eat quietly and tie my head down, and like no one really talks to me, so if somebody were to like talk to me or something, it would like bring that out.
So what else would be different?
Maybe like my mom just being like more, not necessarily talkative, but inclusive.
Do you feel like, okay, so in this perfect morning, your mom would be including you. How would you feel about how would you feel about yourself in this scenario?
Well, first of all, I'd definitely be like thrown off.
You'd be thrown off?
Yeah, because like that's just not normal for me anymore.
No.
Like that's just different. So I'd be like kind of like, what's going on? But as like the day goes on, I feel like it would like just like increase my mood, and like I wouldn't feel so like, I guess like in the house, so like closed off and like staying to myself. Like I'd want to participate in things and like be more around people.
So you're saying in the scenario, you would feel more like participating, your mood would be increased, you'd be more involved. How do you think you would act differently around your family?
Well, I mean, I would like not just go straight up to my room. Like I'd probably like want to be in the living room or like hanging out with like my brothers, because like I'm being seen as well. And like usually like everyday scenario is just them talking to my brothers, and I just go sit in my room or do my own homework or study or whatever. And so like I just like want to be like in that family role again and talk to them and see how their days went and stuff like that.
So in this scenario, you'd be hanging out with them and talking to them and being a part of it. So. Okay. Yeah. When the thought of I'm the problem comes up, what emotions do you notice in that moment?
Disappointment.
Hmm.
Neglect and like just like fear of abandonment.
Okay, so you feel like you're a disappointment, neglected. You have this fear of abandonment.
Yeah.
Being abandoned. Okay. Can you tell me about a recent moment you felt compared to your brothers?
Just athletic wise, like I've never really been an athlete. I've just been like more of a bookworm kind of thing, and
Mm-hmm.
like my dad's like was an athlete in high school. My mom did stuff like, and so I feel like that's just like where I don't stick out.
So you feel like you don't stick out because you're not like them in the sense that you're more academically inclined and not athletically.
I'm just not athletically inclined.
Yeah. Okay. What does that make you believe about yourself?
Well, it makes me believe like I have strong suits, but it also makes me believe like is that what people only care about? You know, like do people only look at me for being like am I the athletic type? Like is like my personality and my hobbies not enough for other people?
Mm-hmm.
Like
So what you're saying is that you know that you have good qualities, you just feel like people don't see that in you, and they just see that you're not athletic and you're not achieving in those ways.
kinda, yeah.
Kind of. So what do you mean?
Like I feel like me being the non-athletic type overshadows the fact that like I'm academically inclined and like a bookworm kind of thing.
Okay. Have you been in counseling or therapy before? Previously? No. In your home, would you say that you feel safe in the care of your parents and your brothers? Like, do you feel safe in your home and in your daily life?
I mean, yeah, I feel safe like if somebody broke in, but are you saying like emotionally safe? Like if I had felt like distress? I don't know. I feel like they would just blow it off. And like my dad's never really there, so it's like mom and me and my mom were always battling, so I just feel like it just wouldn't really matter. They would just brush it off.
So physically, like, you feel safe, but emotionally, you don't feel like those emotions are seen or cared for or protected.
Yeah.
Okay. How has your sleep been? How have you been sleeping?
I've been sleeping like okay. I just feel like I've been falling asleep a lot earlier, and like kind of like just been bed rotting a little bit, but like I'm still getting good sleep. It's just like I feel like I'm more tired recently. Like when it comes to that time of like winding down and stuff, it's a lot earlier than what it usually is, and like not necessarily wanting to get up out of bed.
So, how many hours of sleep would you say that you get in a night?
12.
12. Okay.
10 to 12, yeah.
How many hours would you say you spend bed rotting throughout the day?
Well, when I get home, I usually like bed rock a little bit just to decompress and like scroll on my phone, and then when I'll get up and do homework and go eat dinner, but then like as soon as that's over, I go back to my bed, then I'll spend like 2 hours in that, and then I'll end up falling asleep after I get ready for bed.
So you would say you spend a significant amount of time in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. How has your appetite been recently?
Not really conflicted as much. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm more full than usual, but other than that, it's not like I've lost complete appetite.
Okay. So you're not really struggling with in that area?
Not necessarily, no.
What do you mean not necessarily?
I mean, yeah, there's some days where I like if it's like a bad morning and like it's just like a repeating cycle. Like sometimes I'll wake up and just not feel like I want to eat, or like when I get home, sometimes.
Can you give like a specific situation that has decreased your appetite, like a bad morning?
Like there was one time my dad left for work, and then my mom was like talking to the boys, and we were like sitting there eating or whatever, but like they started bringing up, like I brought up something about like how I had to be somewhere, and my mom was like, yeah, whatever. And then she continued, like, and then one of my brothers said the same thing, and she was like, okay, like, we'll pick you up at this time, make you the hand, and I just kind of like stopped eating and went up to my room, and then it was just like done.
So because she kind of blew you off but showed your brother's attention, that caused you to not really feel hungry anymore and just go back to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anyone that you go to when you're experiencing emotional distress?
I mean, I have like a couple good friends, but definitely say my closest friend, I'll go to her sometimes, but I never really like open up to her because like it's just like she has her own things. Like I don't want to be even more of a burden to people.
So you have friendships, you're just scared of opening up to them about all of these things going on because you don't want to burden them when you know they're also going through some things.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel any support by your peers or from your family members besides your mom?
I mean, all of my family doesn't like necessarily live close, so like I don't really reach out to them. I do have like a cousin that's close to my age that I'm like pretty close with, and we talk. We'll just really text. We don't really get on the phone or anything, but we only see each other during like holidays.
So you have a cousin, but do you feel like supported by her? Do you talk to her about these things going on?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Like sometimes I feel more seen when I bring it up, but I don't necessarily just always talk about it. Like it's more catch up, but like if we're spending a long period of time together, then sometimes that'll get brought up.
Okay. So if y'all spend a lot of time together, those are the times where you typically kind of go to her and she supports you and makes you feel seen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what are some things that you do like about yourself?
I'm smart. I have goals. So, I mean, I like that. Like, I'm driven. It's not like once I graduate, I'm going to be stuck. And, I mean, I don't know what else, honestly.
So you like that you're smart, you like that you're driven, goal-oriented.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you hope counseling will help you with, like, specifically?
Hopefully the courage to, like, end up fixing this problem, or end up just talking to my mom about this and seeing if there's any way to resolve this. But yeah, I guess that's what I would say.
So let's say you talk to your mom and nothing changes or whatever, what are you most afraid of?
Honestly, like, just not wanting to come home once I leave for school, and like just losing that relationship with my mom. So, I mean, because like I love my mom, but it's just hard.
So you're most afraid of just completely losing that relationship entirely?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would improvement look like for you?
I don't know. I guess just seeing like attributes change in her like demeanor, like necessarily like just like she doesn't like always have to include me, but like the way her demeanor is towards me, or just like us being around each other and it doesn't feel awkward.
Okay, so you don't necessarily desire inclusion, you just want relationship. You just want.
Yeah.
Okay.